Well, good afternoon and welcome, and thank you for joining us today. I am Steve Bracety, President and CEO for your Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. With me today on PV Talks is my dear friend, Mr. Vinnie Gyos. Vinnie, welcome.
So good to be with you, Steve. Thanks for the invitation. Glad to be here.
My pleasure. And we're here today to talk about CYMPO, or as I like to refer to as Yavapai County's best kept secret.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We need to do better engagement. But yes, we're a very good kept secret.
So CYMPO, why don't you share what that acronym stands for and what do you do and how do you do it?
So long title because we're a government organization. So it's Central Yavapai Metropolitan Planning Organization, or as you said for short, CYMPO, CYMPO. So as a metropolitan planning organization, we focus in regional planning for our transportation system. Our transportation system that we focus on is multimodal. So it's our highway system, our regional roads, bicycle, pedestrian, public transit, and trails. So it's really all modes of transportation. And we work side by side with our local municipalities, so the towns, the city, the county, and our role is trying to really gain that big picture. You know, Steve, what does our region look like, if you will, a year from now, 5 years, and even up to 20 plus years from now? And what does that planning look like? Because all things in transportation seem to take quite a long time. So an MPO, or Metropolitan Planning Organizations, they exist throughout the United States. This one was established by the governor of Arizona after the 2000 census, after Prescott and Prescott Valley hit 50,000 in population. The governor established us in 2003. So we've been in existence for the last 22 years doing some regional transportation planning.
It's almost double since then, has it not?
It has, yeah.
So you get people from point A to point B in a safe, efficient manner.
Yes, we do.
So my first question, being a guy from New York, when are we going to get a subway system?
You know, I'm a planner, so all ideas are on the table, Steve. So I know it sounds funny, but hey, you know, let's look at every way that we can literally move around people, goods, and services. And you nailed our mission in what we do at CYMPO. It's the safe and efficient movement of people, goods, and services. So we need everything to get, as you just described, from A to B in a safe and efficient manner. I know when I get in the car and our loved ones get in the car, we want a safe trip and we want that to be efficient. So there's no plans in the queue right now for a subway system, but I'm happy to brainstorm.
It's on a table, right?
Sure. I'm a planner. Everything's on the table, Steve. Come on.
So share some of the highlights of CYMPO.
Some of the highlights is as a planner, I really find the highlights are the challenges. How do you work through challenges? Mm-hmm. How do you see needs, wants of the community? How do we achieve that? And on any given project, you have a whole host of challenges. You have the politics, you have the resources, you have the public's interest. You have a variety of things to maneuver through. So to me, the greatest highlight, it's a puzzle. You know, how do we put these puzzle pieces together? How do you respect each of those pieces for the part that they contribute to it, and yet still be able to move forward? And very often that can really get, it can sideline a project mm-hmm. on any of those things. And that's any project, but sure. That's the highlight for me in what we do.
You know, it's an interesting point because you specifically are managing many different municipalities throughout the county. Many different personalities, many different egos. How do you get people aligned on the same page for the common good?
Yeah, I like your word choice. I'm managing municipalities. I'm not sure that I'm managing them, or some days maybe they're managing me. But great point. So as part of CYMPO, we're made up of the local jurisdiction. So right now, as the executive director of CYMPO, I answer to an executive board of our elected representatives from the communities. It doesn't have to be the mayors of those communities, but it happens that we have all mayors on our community. So Mayor Palguda from Prescott Valley, Mayor Good from Prescott, Mayor Fenn from Dewey-Humboldt, Mayor Armstrong from Chino Valley, and the county representative is Supervisor Chris Kuknio. So
He's a lot of fun.
we have a good board. We really do. And here's the thing to your question is, it's all about relationship building. It's about consensus building. You in your role work with your board. Board management is a very common practice to many organizations. So I know the experience. You know the experience of working with personalities. So I don't mean to oversimplify it, but to me, that's what it comes down to. I know that's easier said than done on given days,
Right.
but it's really trying to find, okay, where are those areas of commonality? Where can we meet? And I on a good day have the fortune that safety and efficiency of our transportation system can be a little bit less controversial. We all generally agree. It's just in which projects kind of move forward.
Get the attention. So what's on the forefront? What's coming up?
So what's on the forefront? We are just finishing our long-range transportation plan. So it's a 25-year look that we update every 5 years. And it encompasses everything we talked about. So what is our population look like today? What does it look like 10 and 25 years from now? Understanding the existing development and the population that is, and the projected, and in the work that you do, an incredibly great champion for our business community and the chamber. So that's one element of it. What does our commerce look like today? What is the trends that it's going, and how does the infrastructure support that? So I don't know, that I could be better aligned with any other person in the community than the work that you do. This is such a key element to, again, the movement of people, goods, and services.
Yes.
So if the goods and services are not able to move in an efficient way, then our community is struggling, is failing. I'll give one example out of this report. Every regional road is given a letter grade of A through F, like in grade school. F failing, A is the best you can have. So we look at what is the condition of Glassford Hill Road, Robert Road, Highway 69 today, and if we don't touch it, when does that become a failing roadway? When does congestion become a thing even greater than we experience today? And that's a serious impact to economic development. If we have a network that doesn't allow for that, and then go to the quality of life, Steve, and think about, again, we hit the big parts, but we all want to be able to walk in our neighborhoods. We want to ride a bike in our neighborhoods. We want to get on a trail. So it's a very comprehensive conversation. I'm very excited about this report. We just finished it. I encourage all of your listeners to go to CYMPO.org. It's on there, and take a look at it.
You can download it from there?
You can download it. It's a very comprehensive report that we've worked on the last 2 years.
So it's almost like a pay me now or pay me in the future mindset, really.
It really is. And that's the decision. And I get resources is a struggle in all areas of a community. We're no different. We understand, the needs of police, fire, water, and just keep going down the list. Transportation is one of those things. So we don't have the ability to grant everything that we need in transportation, but we do have the ability to prioritize.
Which is critical.
It is.
So how long have you been there now, Vinnie?
I started almost 12 years ago. So I started 11 and a half years ago, and I took a break in this last decade to go be the director of the MPO in Lake Havasu. So I was there for 4 years, and then I came back 4 years ago. So if my math's right, I want to say I started at CYMPO, was there almost 4 years, left for almost 4 years, and now I'm back for almost 4 years.
Is it because the acronym flows better?
Absolutely.
CYMPO to LHMPO?
I'm all about acronyms. I'm in government. So if we're not careful, we rattle off a lot of acronyms. And yes, I went to work for another acronym.
So what can we do, when I say we, the community, the business community, to help get the message out of the great work that you guys are doing at CYMPO?
That's a great point. Engagement is so critically important. You firsthand know the experience of the transportation system. I always like to believe that there's no more common conversation than somebody talking about traffic, weather and traffic. Those are the easy things like, hey, how's the day going? It's really warm outside. It's cold outside. And then usually the next thing is, man, I was stuck in traffic, or I hate traffic, or what are we going to do about traffic?
Everyone has a traffic story, true?
Everybody does. And because of that, when you ask, what can the business community do? You can voice that. I'm not saying sharing with your family and friends isn't purposeful, but share it with those that are trying to come up with a plan to improve it. So like I said, take a look at this plan, provide a feedback, even though the plan is done, provide feedback now as we continue to move projects forward. A real priority we want to achieve over the next 10 years is greater improvements on State Route 69.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume for most of your business community that Highway 69 is an incredibly valuable lifeline to commerce.
Right now, and just moving, like you said, just people in general back and forth and travel. Yes.
Well, yeah. Steve, think of this: between Prescott and Prescott Valley on any given day, you have 45,000 vehicles on a given day. You and I experience it, and if we have the ability, we'll take 89A and try and get around it. But again, think of that influence on commerce. Think of deliveries of packages and all the materials that come in. Think of people that go shopping. Think of people that go to work.
Doctor's appointments,
mm-hmm. Costco, Trader Joe's, Target. You have unique businesses on this corridor that exist. So all that to say, what can the business community do? You can track what the plans are. You can voice your opinion, because if you don't, somebody else is going to, and maybe what you see as a real need for your business doesn't get advocated for.
So speaking about Highway 69, how do you see that road in the future? Is it double the size as far as lanes, or how do we get how do we make that happen?
So we're a planning organization, so we got a plan. We just finished another plan for the State Route 69 corridor from Prescott through Dewey-Humboldt. It's 18 miles that we looked at to answer your question. We just worked on it the last 2 years. If you want to write a check today, Steve, to deliver all the recommendations in that plan, I need a check for $147 million.
That's it?
That's it. That gets the road.
That's today's dollars.
That's today's dollars. It gets the highway to its most functioning ability that we could make it. Now, let's put this in context. Many of your listeners are familiar with some construction that's happening on Highway 69 between Prescott Lakes Parkway, where In and Out is, Walmart. As you go into Prescott, you pass Lowe's, you get down to the Frontier Village. So that's a 1 mile stretch, Steve. That 1 mile, we're very proud of that 1 mile, but here's the context. It's taken us 12 years to achieve 1 mile, and it's about $12 and $13 million to achieve it. So I've just given you one success story, and then I'm telling you we're now looking at 18 miles, $147 million. So it goes back to one of your earlier questions. How do we get the stakeholders, the communities around the table, the priorities, find the resources, and move it forward? All that to say, again, we have a plan. Little sarcasm there in the sense of that dollar amount. That's the dollar amount, but we've also broken it down because you and I get 147's a big bite of the apple. We have a more immediate list of that, which is about 23 million. So what we're going to do over the next 10 years is really go after that more immediate thing that's going to help Highway 69 really quick. The greatest segment, and this will be important to the work that you do, of that 18 miles, the greatest need is in the town of Prescott Valley on Highway 69.
Is it really?
It is. Because even though all the traffic is between Prescott and Prescott Valley, the future growth of the town of Prescott Valley puts a lot of strain on Highway 69. So I probably gave you more than you wanted, but there you go.
No, it's an honest answer. I appreciate that. So, Vinnie, I always like to close with a couple of thought-provoking questions. These are, there's no right or wrong answer. Just see how you think and what your opinions are.
Blue.
Or number 4, right?
7.
So let me ask you this question. If you could either learn and have the knowledge to play every instrument or be able to speak every language, which would it be and why?
Every instrument.
Why?
I do not have a musical bone in my body, and I love music.
Do you?
I really do. I love music. I love to listen. I have always longed that I wish I had some musical ability to either sing or play an instrument. To me, it's rhythmic, it's soothing, it's peaceful. I enjoy it, and yes, absolutely. Language is tempting, but music for me, hands down, by far.
Okay. And my next question is, if you could either go back in time and change your past or look and see forward in the future, which would it be and why?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. What would I do? I'm going to go with the past, man. Steve, that's a tough one. I say that's 50-50, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the past. There's some things that, yeah, if I had the opportunity to do them differently, I would.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Vinnie, I appreciate the time today. Thank you for joining us and sharing about CYMPO. Again, it's Yavapai County's best kept secret. I'm Steve Bracety, President and CEO for your Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and have a great weekend, folks.